We're going to have a look now at computing ratios in Microsoft Excel. Now, a ratio simply tells you how many of one thing you have for every one of something else. And it's a pretty handy technique to use in a lot of different situations. We're going to illustrate it using some real live drug data from Florida. And in particular, we're going to look at compare the data here for Broward County to the data in the other counties. Let's imagine that the sheriff of Broward County has said that he and his department have begun emphasizing arresting people who sell drugs more so than people who buy drugs. The idea being that if you can corral sellers of drugs, then the problem of people using and possessing drugs will kind of take care of itself. Well, you might want to, as a journalist, check that claim out and see if this is true or if it's just kind of political posturing. And you could do it using ratios. And let's have a look at that. Let's start by typing a column heading up here at the top of column E. Let's just to be descriptive, let's make this POSS for possession divided by sale for drug sales. And the formula is simply this: start with an equal sign and divide the number of possessions by the number of arrests for possession by the number of arrests for sales, right there. Now, we'd be nice to kind of make this a number with fewer digits after the decimal. So let's right-click and choose, let's see, Format Cells, and find Number, and let's take this down to just one decimal after the digit after the decimal place. There we go. Now we're ready to copy that formula down the column, so we're repeating that calculation for every other county. There we go. Okay, nice and copied. And let me go ahead and highlight the column E there for Broward County. So now what you can see is that in Broward County, there were about 2.5 arrests for possession for every one arrest for drug sales. We might want to get a look at how that ranks. So let's sort the data. You've seen this before. Data sort. Let's choose possession and sale column to sort by, highest to lowest, and click sort, and there we go. Now we can see kind of how Broward County compares to the rest of the counties. This doesn't really strike me, just eyeballing it, as an especially intense effort to target sellers rather than possessors. But let's go ahead and do a ranking, as you've seen before, just to see how that shakes out. So there's our rank. And let's see, it looks like Broward County ranks about 12th in the state in terms of the number of people at arrests for possession per people at arrest per sale. Again, not a really spectacular effort to target sellers more so than buyers and possessors. So we've kind of got the beginnings of a story here. Now, one thing you might notice is that Broward County is one of the larger counties. How about setting a filter, which is what I'm doing here, that would filter for counties of, let's say, greater than maybe 500,000 population. That's probably a pretty good figure there. Let's do 500,000 and click OK. And you've seen how to do these filters before, so now you have an even better idea of where Broward County stands in terms of the number of people at arrests for drug possession as opposed to sales. So with these findings in hand, now do you see how you're ready to challenge the sheriff's assertion? You're ready to say, look, you say that you're targeting drug dealers more so than drug buyers, but you're still arresting 2.5 people on possession charges for every person on charges of selling drugs. Furthermore, that rate isn't particularly low in the state. In fact, it's one of the higher rates in the state, both among all the counties and among the counties with populations that are comparable to Broward County.